Hey LinkedIn, it's Zach Ewell. I was on my phone the other day, kind of just scrolling down Instagram and looking at all of my photos, and it kind of made me think about just everything that happened this year. Obviously, it was an insane, crazy year, and I thought I'd go through and kind of take another look at all the photos that I took this year from my Instagram. Just to put this year into perspective. We'll start with this one. This is actually the first photo I took of the year because it was the first day of the year, and my mom, my sister, and I we went on a hike in Highland Park, just north of Chicago. You can see the blue Lake Michigan in the background. It was a very windy but nice day. So this photo I took when I was covering an esports event. It was for the Overwatch League, which is basically competitive video games. And this year I actually got into esports, which I didn't think would actually happen. But due to the lack of other sports being on and going to this event, I was kind of overwhelmed by this kind of new worlds. I was sent there on an assignment to write about the esports industry for a magazine I write for, and then I kind of just got swept up in it and the hype and excitement, and I've been following Overwatch League ever since. So these I took when I was in California. So I was very lucky because just a week before the pandemic shut everything down, I was on vacation in sunny Los Angeles, California, staying with a friend, and I took a lot of these pictures when I was just hiking near Griffith Observatory right before the pandemic shut everything down. So I remember the exact moment when my dad actually called me on the phone because my family was going to vacation with me a week after I touched down there, and he said, "Is everything all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, the sun's out, people are smiling, no like everything's great here." I was like, "Why?" And it's like, "Well, the governor of California just announced a state emergency." And I was like, "Really?" I would have never known, because during that time I was just not watching the news because I was on vacation. But who knew what this pandemic, how this pandemic would change our lives. It was nice being on vacation a week before, I must say. So yeah, we got lucky. I'd say late March, May, April, I got into hiking a lot because a lot of us, I was working from home, obviously, just like many of you, but also I just got kind of stir crazy. I couldn't really hang out with as many friends as I could. I couldn't really go out. So I started exploring my neighborhood in Georgetown and some of the forestry I live next to. So yeah, I was just taking pictures of some of the nice buildings in Georgetown and taking pictures of nature on my hikes. So it's very nice. Oh, so let me explain this set of photos. While I was also hiking and exploring Georgetown, I also found myself in a creative rut. So I started creating quarantine vlogs in April, and I made 4 of them. They're on YouTube if you'd like to watch, by the way. But it was kind of me, a camera, and me just, in a sense, laughing at myself and at what I was doing because it was absolutely ridiculous. But it was a crazy time because we were all still in quarantine. So I learned a song from Tiger King, the show that everybody was into, the Netflix documentary show that everybody was into when this pandemic hit America. I made bread because everybody was trying to make bread at the time, and yeah, no, it was a fun time. So these photos I actually took when I went to a Black Lives Matter protest in May. This was actually taken basically another street down from the White House. The White House was on lockdown, obviously, and yeah, I just really thought this is very powerful. I mean, this father, who I'm assuming is a father, and his 2 kids, his 2 daughters, were kind of protesting from afar because they were trying to socially distance and have their masks on. So this picture and this is gonna sound a little bit morbid, but honestly, the best part of my summer was going back home and going to Wisconsin and seeing my family for my grandmother's funeral. Unfortunately, she passed away. She was the last grandparent on both my sides, and yeah, she passed away, but due to cancer. But she lived a long, healthy life. And yeah, this is just a picture of me, my brother and sister, and my cousins just cheesing. Sorry we're not wearing masks, but yeah, no, it was a nice moment. And I mean, it is morbid for me to say the best part of my summer was going to see my grandmother's funeral, but at the same time, it was just really nice seeing my friends and family over that short period of time. So I took these photos because in July I actually moved into a new place, and I actually, this time versus previous times moving into a place, I actually wanted to decorate it and make it feel really nice and homey. So I spent a lot of time picking out the furniture and colors I was gonna use on this apartment. So this is a photo of me taken with my friend David's drone during a fishing trip we took in late September. It was right on the cusp of fall. You had those crisp fall autumn evenings rolling in, and it was very nice to kind of relax and not sweat when we were all fishing. But yeah, I was taking a picture of the sunset, and my friend David, who with his drone, took a picture of me taking a picture of the sunset. I really like this picture. More fall. I just took a bunch of pictures of Georgetown in the fall, because obviously it's just beautiful. So enough said for that. So I took these photos the day that it was announced that Joe Biden would become the next president of the United States. And yeah, I thought it was a historic moment. Everybody was masked up, so I went downtown and people were having a great time, obviously. And yeah, no, it was very nice and very cool to be a part of history. So I took this when I was on a hike. The stairway was off the beaten path and I didn't really know where it went, and I went up to the gate and it was locked, so I'll never know. But I kind of like that mystery that is in this photo, where I kind of made it this far, but I don't know what's on the other side, and I may never know. But yeah, I kind of like how this photo encapsulates that mystery. And then lastly, this one. I was fortunate enough this month to go back home for Christmas and New Year's to see my family and social distance with my friends. And yeah, no, it's a planned, candid photo. I asked my mom if she could take the picture, so but I think it's a nice picture, so I just wanted to share it. And that's it. Thank you for looking and coming with me on my journey of just me rediscovering all my photos. I believe this year I took 131 photos for my Instagram, so that's how many photos I took. I just showed you a few, but thanks again for watching. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you next year. Thanks.